Lesson 2, continuing on with quadratics. Family paid $62.50 for tickets using this expression. How many tickets were bought? So the question is, what could I put in for t to get $62.50? Okay, so you could try 1. How much would 1 ticket be? 2 tickets, 3, 4, so on. And it actually turns out to be 5. 12 times 5 is 60, plus 250 would give you the total. Same thing for the next one. Bigger amount here. How many tickets do you need to get to $278.50? And this one turns out to be 23. Again, just trial and error there. Try 10, try 20, try 30. Until you get there. Question number 2. What equation, this is a potato gun question where you shot the potato in the air. What equation would we solve to find the time at which the potato hits the ground? Okay, well, if the potato hits the ground, the height will be 0. There would be our equation. When is the height 0? Use any method except graphing to find an equation. Okay, so how can I find solutions to this? Okay, what are my zeros? Again, you can just trial and error. Okay, let's try 1. So I'm just typing it in my calculator here. So 1 gives me 128. Probably should have known that. We talked about it yesterday. Go to 2. Actually, let's skip 2, go to 3. Three gives me 160. Proof. 5. 64, so coming down now. 6. And I'm just plugging numbers in for t to try to give me 0. 6 is negative, so it's somewhere between 5 and 6. Pretty confident in that. Again, you could try 5.1, 5.2. It's looking like it's about 5.7 is exact, or very close to it. Okay, question 3. Again, it gives you these expressions. At what price or prices would the school collect 0? 0 revenue. So, again, standard, factored. If I want the revenue to be 0, that means one of these two things would have to be 0. So factored makes it quite a bit easier. Again, you could trial and error over here. So what price would give me 0? Well, clearly it's 0 here. 0 times anything is 0. Now, what would give me 0 over here? Again, I'm just solving it for p. Divide by -5. So a price of $40, I'm not going to make anything. That's too expensive for people to buy, and obviously 0 would give me no revenue as well. The school staff noticed there are 2 ticket prices that would result in a revenue of $500. How would you find out what that is? So now instead of getting 0, I want to get 500. Okay, how much could I charge to get 500? Well, again, I could set the factored one equal to 500. Or I could set this one equal to 500. Now we don't have a lot of tools in our toolbox at this point to just be able to look at that and say, oh, it's got to be this number. Okay, so other than graphing, that's our best bet. So how would I find out? Well, I would graph it at this point because we have not talked about factoring. Okay, the Are You Ready? So cool charges $10, it will collect $1,500 in revenue. Find another price that would generate $1,500 in revenue. And again, you're thinking of a parabola here, so if it's $10 at one point, you get more than that, then eventually it's gonna come back and we're gonna make $1,500 as well. Again, without graphing, so that would be just trial and error. Plug in numbers in for P. And I'm just going to give you the answers here. Feel free to plug it in and make sure they work. But this one should be 30, and this one should be 12. And then our max profit would be around $20 that we could make. So nothing really new here. Just when it asks you these types of questions and it says without graphing, trial and error is the only option we have. Now we will find out some tricks to factoring and some ways to solve that. Right now we don't know that, so now it's going to be trial and error or graph. So if it says without graphing, this way, we just plugged in numbers for T. Plug in numbers plug in numbers for T. To start with 1, 2, 3, and then skip. Go 1, 3, 5, and then see if you need to go back, like we did for number 2. Okay, let's take a look at the homework then. That is it. Remember, 0, the function, is the answers, where it is across the x-axis. Let me see if there's any issues here. Watch the word explain. I see quite a them there jumping off the page. Question 2 says select all. And I think the rest are pretty self-explanatory. So super short lesson today. 1 through 8. 1 through 8 will be due the next time we meet, so make sure that's done. Have a good day, guys.